Motivation fades. Discipline moves you through. This is not about toxic discipline where anytime that you feel like you don't want to do something and it feels somehow intuitively wrong to do it, that you just do it anyway. No, this is about when you say that you're going to do something, you keep your word to yourself. You build self-trust with yourself because you know in and out, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm just going to do it. If I put a goal for myself up, it's just going to happen. This is Mindset by Natalia. Welcome to my channel and thank you for being here. Let's start with discipline over motivation. It's very easy today in the world to just take a bunch of motivation. You know, we hear motivational talks and even videos and books. All of these things can serve as motivation, but this is the difference of motivation versus discipline. Motivation keeps you stuck at the 50% of your capacity, and discipline actually pulls you through to that 100%. With 100%, how likely do you think you are much more of succeeding? So much higher, because if we only stop with our mindsets, as I always say, we're also doing ourselves a disservice. It has to be both the mindset is intact and also the action, the discipline behind it. Motivation is never going to win over discipline. Discipline is when you're doing it even though you don't feel like it in that moment. Again, this is different than you intuitively feel like I should not be doing this. No, this is even on the days where I don't want to get up early, when I don't want to go to the gym, where eating a salad sounds awful. You are still going to do it because you know it's meant for your highest good. You are willing to treat yourself with so much dignity and respect that you hold yourself to a certain value of, if I say I'm going to do something, I wound up doing it. It's just what I do. It's not special. So many times what stops us from actually being consistent with our discipline, because remember, discipline is not, I went to the gym for 3 weeks straight. Discipline is, oh, I've been consistently going to the gym for 3 years. Have I gone every day? No. Maybe I'm not supposed to. There's supposed to be rest days. There's going to be vacation days. But I always come back to, yes, but this is just a part of my routine. And that's what happens when you have real discipline. Now, on the other hand, sometimes what can happen is you overemphasize how important and big of a deal and unique your gifts are. I even said this, I think maybe in a New Year's resolution type of video, but anytime that you choose a goal, you have to also choose that that goal is not special. Because what happens when we do things that are special? We do them rarely. What happens when you find a shirt? It's such a special shirt, I'm only going to wear it for holidays. All of a sudden, that shirt is not consistent. It's just for a period of time. And if you're trying to, again, enforce your discipline from within, it needs to not be special. It just needs to be what you do. The plan is set. There is no battle back and forth every day of should I do it, should I not? It's just, I'm going to do it. Your choices have already been made for you. When you decide this is what my goal is and here are the steps that I'm going to take to achieve those goals, all of a sudden you take out a lot of mind work that's going on that actually is ready to hold you back and make you not do the things that you should be doing. So when you decide and stick to your own word, I'm going to do this, I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, I'm going to start eating better. And again, get specific on your goals. The more specific, the easier it is for your brain to wrap its mind around what you're doing. If you can do that, it's going to be so much easier to take this into longevity. You're going to be able to do this over a long period of time because it's not really a choice anymore. Of course, every time you're choosing, but it's not a choice of, oh, every day I have to think about a new goal and setting that. No, go with one goal and move forward with full force, knowing that that's exactly where you want to be. Every decision is a vote for or against your desires. Every single time that you make a choice, it is a choice and it is casting a vote for the person that you want to be or the person you don't want to be. If you have set a goal very clearly, you know the list of things that are good for that goal to be achieved, you know? If you're saying, I want to get up an hour early every day and write on my book, and you're constantly sleeping in. You're constantly finding yourself on social media and scrolling instead of just getting to writing the book that you actually told yourself you were going to do. This creates so much confliction in your mind because you're saying one thing, but you're doing another. And again, the more that you're able to allow your brain, your subconscious, and your conscious to flow with the same desire, the easier it is going to be to execute it. When you realize how much every single decision that you make has an impact over your life, it's going to truly transform it because all of a sudden you realize you actually are in control of your life and your decisions. You have the power to choose the outcome of your life based off of these tiny little micro votes that you give every single day. This is what climbs mountains. Just like I say, do you think that someone that climbs Mount Everest is just, yep, in an hour we're at the top, we're ready to go? It's one crucial step behind the other, but even one step, like don't do one step and you're not going to move forward. You have to keep moving forward step by step by step. And that's the thing. Most people only reward you and appreciate you when you're at the summit, when you're at the top, when you've made it, when you're successful. But it comes down to, but were you able to believe in yourself when you were going step by step by step? That's what actually counts. And that's the journey. That's what you will look back on. Yes, of course, if you're on the top of a mountain and you're taking that deep breath in and thinking, oh, I finally made it. But what are you really going to remember? That climb. What was the climb like? Remember when we didn't have water for 12 hours? Do you remember when we were freezing and I forgot to ask for that extra blanket? Whatever it is, it's the build up that as an individual rewards you so much. For the external world, yeah, sure. I climbed Mount Everest. Cool. But for you and yourself, but I did every single step to get there. Start acting. You do not need more motivation. If you're like me, I was someone that would take in motivation every single day. I was reading books, I was watching movies, I was watching TED Talks, I was listening to people. All of these things were coming up to inspire me, and of course they inspired me. But again, I was only fulfilling a portion of my potential because I wasn't executing anything after that. I always say, if you truly want to be the creator of your life, you actually need to create things. You need to not only take inspiration from other people, nature, the world at large, you need to be outputting as well. You need to be putting your own work out there. Why do we think that over history, there's been so much emphasis on the art, on the culture, on the language, on the scriptures? It's because those things are the ones that are created out of nothing, a piece of art that lasts generations. All of these things come together to give life and purpose and meaning. It's because at the hands of creation, we realize that we are the most abundant and powerful beings. So you just need to start acting. And I know that it's so much more difficult. It's so much easier said than done, right? But I remember when I was first starting my YouTube channel that I've had now for 7 months. And I remember telling people about this months and months before I actually started it. And it just starts like anything else. It starts as a thought in your mind. And from there, you start telling people, you start growing, you start building, you create it, you're making your website. All of these things start to expand just from that little tiny conscious thought that you were called to create something. You were called to do something with purpose. And if you do that, and again, you continue on your path of discipline, you are going to be so successful and abundant, not only in the numbers and all the external things, like your purposeness is going to be so fulfilled and so clear and so present and grounded in what you're doing right now. People always ask me, how do you have such consistency, such discipline in yourself? And genuinely, I always tell them, it's not like a choice anymore. I just do it. I just stick to my word. And again, I know the value of having self-trust in yourself. And the only way to build that is to actually tell yourself you're going to do something and actually follow through. If you want to lose the self-respect that you have as for yourself, then you need to be going against everything that you desire. But you are not like that. I know that if you are here, it's because you are called to something bigger, and you know that. And sometimes I know that starting is the hardest part, but once you do, it just starts flowing out of you. Your outcomes come over time. This is also this is a marathon, not a sprint. This takes dedication. Not even just this takes time, because as we know, time is not linear. So it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to take long. But you have to be in real alignment with yourself, and you need to have your subconscious and your conscious mind aligned in their goals as much as possible. You will find a lot of resistance that comes up for most people when they start building and doing things, because consciously you're saying, I know that I desire this. I know that I'm going to do this. But at the same time, your subconscious is a little sneaky behind you, and they're like, look at all the evidence that shows us why we should not be achieving these goals. And I think that truly is our life's purpose and our life's work, to unite both of these mentalities, both of these thoughts, and genuinely create the things that we're called from within to do. If you desire to do something, to achieve something, to do something, it's because it's for you. It's not for other people. Not everyone wants the same type of car. Not everyone wants the same family dynamic. We think that we do. We think, oh, well, everyone wants to make money. Everyone wants to have a good relationship. Everyone this and that. But everyone is called to their own desires. Someone that's a business entrepreneur is going to be so different than someone that is an artist and creating art. You know, not necessarily that they're different, because again, if you're in creation, just know that you're in the right place. If you are creating something that genuinely fulfills purpose and passion in your life, you're already on the right path. But if you're not, which a lot of people aren't, because our society and our culture isn't necessarily set up for us to just achieve based off of our real intuitive desires. It's supposed to be the chasing of, oh, well, I've been told that I should have this. I've been told that I should want this. And then we think that that's our deep desire. Get rid of all of the external noise around you and just start listening to your intuition, because it's been there all along. I'm a big believer that as a kid, we knew exactly what we came into this earth to do. So it's just retracking and refinding that purposefulness. With all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. I enjoyed being with you, and I will see you all next Friday.